longest serving member of the post, 75 years of continuous membership for Charlotte Taylor. And we're joined here by her son, Vance. And I just got a little thing to read about her. Charlotte, originally from Howard Beach, New York, was born on February 11th, 1923. She enlisted in the U.S. Coast Guard in September 1944, having to wait until she was 21 years old, since her mother was reluctant to sign the paperwork allowing Charlotte to enlist earlier. She said, "Although my mother wasn't about to let me enlist sooner, I know she was proud to have a daughter doing her part to win the war."
Yes.
Women in the military faced many more challenges than their male counterparts, but I felt led to help my country, even if I had to wait longer than I wanted to enlist. She completed her basic training in Palm Beach, Florida, and was then assigned to the U.S. Coast Guard headquarters in Washington, D.C., until her discharge in May of 1946. During her tour of duty, she was a yeoman in the High Security Naval Engineering Office, handling a variety of administrative and secretarial duties. She said, "Most of my work was involved with classified information, and we were always reminded by our officers that loose lips sink ships." She said that her daily responsibilities were for destroying copies of all correspondence and reports she had prepared, since her duties were directly connected to location and crew complement of all Coast Guard vessels operating in the various war zones. During her assignment in Washington, she was promoted from Yeoman 3rd Class to Yeoman 2nd Class, following successful completion of a competitive and accelerated training course. Charlotte was home on leave when Japan surrendered in 1945 and made her way to Times Square on August 15, 1945, amid a sea of people celebrating the U.S. victory. "What an opportunity to be in Times Square on VJ Day," she said. "Huge crowds, ticker tape flying everywhere. And because I was in uniform, free drinks offered at every bar I passed. And yes, I had a few."
I'll add to that too for just a moment that I always kid her and I say, "Mom, are you sure you didn't have a disguise in your pocket somewhere where you could become a nurse overnight?" Because I'm convinced she was the nurse getting kissed in Times Square.
Maybe she was.
Maybe she was.
Well, we had planned to have her here this summer, about this time or maybe in September, to give this tour in person. Unfortunately, things didn't work out. But on behalf of the National Commander of the American Legion, James W. Bill Oxford, we have a certificate of continuous membership for 75 years of membership in our post. And the new runner-up now only has 61 years, so she was with us for a very long time. And we have this plaque for you. We also have a challenge coin that's called from the National Commander for the family, and the National Commander's pin. So with that being said, here's a shot of whiskey for your mother. And if we raise our glasses.
I don't drink whiskey, but for her I will.
All right.
It seems like
Cheers.
it's Call of Duty.
Yes.
Dear Lord, bless the keeper of the light, and be thou her close friend in lonely watches. Keep the beacons of honor and duty burning, that she may reach the home port with duty well performed, in service to thee and our land. Amen.
Amen.
Here's to Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Cheers.
Mom.
Anna.
Banana.
Good for her.
If you'd like to say a few words, you're more than welcome. If not, we'll conclude our ceremony.
Sure. Thank you.
She deserves a few words.
Well, she'll get more than a few. I'm her son. We've been known to talk.
That's all right.
Well, first of all, let me again say what a privilege to have all of you here to celebrate,
Absolutely.
because my mom always believed in celebrating, and she knew how to live life large, and she loved her country. She loved the Coast Guard. The stories I'll come back sometime, and Abby, you can join me. We can tell many stories. One my daughter reminded me of just recently that I'll share with you. My mother and her roommate in basic training had a map of the U.S. on the wall with all 48 states. Every time they kissed a guy from a different state, they put a pin in that state. And the deal was, after a while, when they'd go out on a date, one of the first questions they'd ask the guy is, "Where are you from?" Because if they already had that state, they were moving on to somebody they didn't. So that gives you an idea of my mother. Someone who loved life, who lived it fully, and who loved her country.
That's good.
Yeah. So I thank you so much for sharing this day and this celebration, because she's an amazing woman. I hope all of you can, in some way, be inspired by her service, to go out and serve others, whether it's here in Plymouth or whether it's somewhere else in the world, but whatever, that to carry on the legacy of her can-do kind of spirit, to be going up against the odds as a woman, going into a male-dominated place and succeeding. You know, she's an inspiration to me, as I hope she could be to all of you too. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
At Charlotte's wishes, there won't be a wake, but there will be a burial ceremony at some point. You know, we'll let the post know, so hopefully we can attend that for her.
And hoist another drink to her.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. Thanks all of you, really.
Thank
It means a lot to me. Thank you.
Sorry for our loss.